Now we're going to try to start building our app with a storyboard. We're using what's called Interface Builder. There's several components. Here, if you hit this down arrow, this is called the document outline. This large rectangle here is called a canvas, and it represents one scene in our app. If you're used to building for the web, you can think of a scene as one page on a website, or one screen in an application. In app building, these screens are called views, and this canvas represents one view. Now, Interface Builder lets you actually drag components. If you make sure and click this third icon here, you can see all the things that you could add to your scene in view. Tab bar controllers, objects, labels, buttons, segment controls, text fields, sliders, switches. How cool is that? Before you get started on any app that you don't know how to build, the best way to work through it is to break it down into smaller chunks and think about, what do I need to accomplish? What does a tip calculator have at the bare minimum? At the bare minimum, we know that we're going to need to know the total of the meal. So perhaps we need some sort of text field where we can enter the dollar amount of how much the food costs. Then we need some sort of input, perhaps a button that says calculate the tip. And thirdly, we need some sort of option that will allow us to choose between the amount to tip, perhaps 15%, perhaps 20%, perhaps 25%. And with those three things, we'll have a pretty basic functioning tip calculator. Sometimes the best apps are the simplest. So start with what you absolutely need as your core and build from that.